He conquered more land than any human before him and killed up to 40 million people in the process. This is the story of Genghis Khan, the man who shocked the world. Born around 1162 on the harsh Mongolian steppes, he was originally named Temujin. His life started with nothing but hardship. When he was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned, and his own tribe, fearing a child leader, abandoned him and his family. They were left to fend for themselves in the wilderness, facing starvation and constant danger. But Temujin didn't just survive, he thrived. Fueled by a relentless will, he rose from the depths of poverty and betrayal. Through a series of brutal alliances, cunning strategies and merciless battles, he did the impossible. He united the endlessly warring Mongol tribes. By 1206, they proclaimed him Genghis Khan, the universal ruler. It was a title he would soon earn. His empire started small, but it was about to explode across the map. First, he turned his attention south. In 1209, he crushed the Western Xia kingdom in northwest China. He forced them to pay tribute, a warning of what was to come. Then, he set his sights on an even bigger prize, the powerful Jin Dynasty in northern China. Starting in 1211, his legendary horse archers, a storm of speed and death, overwhelmed the Jin's massive armies. The Mongols were unstoppable. In 1215, they captured the Jin capital, Zhongdu, which we now know as Beijing. It was a stunning victory that sent shockwaves across Asia. But Genghis Khan was far from finished. His ambition was limitless. In 1219, his gaze turned west towards the Khwarazmian Empire, a vast and wealthy kingdom stretching across modern-day Iran, Central Asia, and Afghanistan. After a caravan of Mongol merchants and diplomats was murdered by a Khwarazmian governor, Genghis Khan saw it as an unforgivable insult. He decided to unleash hell. A Mongol army of up to 200,000 warriors swept westward like a force of nature. They were an instrument of pure destruction. Great cities of culture and commerce like Samarkand, Bukhara, and Merv were systematically destroyed. In the city of Nishapur, it's said that every living thing was slaughtered, down to the cats and dogs. In one city alone, chroniclers reported over 1 million people were killed. In just 2 years, the Khwarazmian Empire, one of the richest in the world, was completely wiped off the map. Genghis had conquered modern-day Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and large parts of Persia. By the time of his death in 1227, Genghis Khan had forged the largest contiguous land empire the world had ever seen. It stretched from the Pacific Ocean all the way to the Caspian Sea. He controlled all of Mongolia, northern China, the vast steppes of Central Asia, parts of Persia, and the Caucasus. His armies had raided into Korea, Russia, and even touched the borders of India. The empire covered millions of square kilometers, more than double the size of the Roman Empire at its peak. But this expansion came at an unimaginable cost. The conquests were horrifically brutal. Historians estimate that as many as 40 million people may have died, which was around 11% of the entire world's population at the time. Entire cities were burned to the ground. Rivers were said to have run red with blood, and whole cultures were nearly erased from existence. Yet, this brutal conqueror also established a period of unprecedented peace. The Pax Mongolica, promoting trade along the Silk Road, enforcing a universal law, and even practicing religious tolerance within his empire. Genghis believed he was on a divine mission destined by the eternal blue sky to rule the world. Genghis Khan died in 1227, undefeated in battle, leaving behind a legacy of terror and triumph. But the story didn't end with him. His sons and grandsons would continue his conquests, expanding the Mongol Empire until it became the largest in all of human history. So what do you think? Was Genghis Khan a brutal monster, a genocidal tyrant? Or was he the greatest conqueror of all time, a visionary who united a fractured world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic history.